Hey y'all, hey, it's Bodie, and I'm back with another channel message, y'all. To my subscribers, whether you are new or old, I so appreciate each and every one of you. I love you over the moon and back. All right, y'all, let's get into this channel message. Now, this one is short but impactful, okay? So make sure y'all tune in, man. And of course, if this message doesn't resonate with you, it's all good. Just check me out on the next one, okay? All right, let's do this. So I was in meditation this rising. And while I was in meditation, I didn't get any visions or downloads or anything like that, right? But it was a feeling that I received during meditation. A feeling, collective. I felt exuberant. I felt jolly. I felt like favored. You know what I mean? I felt like everything was coming to pass in the most perfect ways under grace. I felt so blessed. Okay, this was the feeling. I'm just trying to share with y'all the feeling that I had. Like, y'all know when you get some real good news, that feeling that you get like you're just the luckiest person in the world. You know, or y'all know when life starts to move and work in your favor and you just feel favored, you know what I mean? Like that feeling, that's how I felt throughout the entire time being in meditation. And I didn't want to come out, y'all. I did not want to come out, okay? So I sat in that energy for a while. But when I came out of meditation, Spirit told me as soon as I came out, Spirit said, prepare. So collective, it's time for us to prepare for what we are deserving of. It's time for us to prepare for what it is that we truly want. If we are not preparing for something collective, then nothing will be prepared for us. I feel it's so important that we take this time, right? Maybe the last few days of this month and really tune in to our heart's desire. What sets your heart, your soul on fire? What brings you happiness? What brings you joy? You know what I mean? What can you do and lose track of time? You know what I'm saying? If you had it your way, if life was moving in your favor, if everything was working in your favor, if everything was coming to perfect manifestation for you, what would that be? What would that look like? Yeah, man, it's like we have to really reach and place ourselves in that energy. Like, if my life was perfect, you know what I mean? Because you know how we've been told, like, ain't nothing perfect. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing perfect. And really what that has done is it's put us in this state of settling for what we don't deserve, right? So let's just imagine if life was perfect, collective. I just feel like we have to take time out over these last few days of the month, even the first week going into February. what would that look like? What would a perfect life, a perfect daily routine, a perfect environment, a perfect career, or, what would that look like for you? What would that be for you? Like, we need to really sit with this energy collective. Some of us, if we're not visual, maybe we're writers, maybe we create or whatever, we do art to kind of bring that to life for us. For me, I'm a visual person, so I like to imagine what life would be like for me if it was perfect. I also like to take whatever I'm imagining and writing it down and scripting it out as if I'm actually living this day-to-day routine. Because I feel as though we really need to become one. We really need to get in alignment with the type of life that sets our soul on fire. I'm here to remind you yet again that it is possible for you to live a life that you desire. You know what I mean? It's possible for you to live a life where even the challenges are like, I'm still so freaking blessed. Even as I'm experiencing a challenge in life, like I'm just, like my highs outweigh my lows. You know what I mean? Like, that is so very possible, but I feel like we have to align with that. I feel like we have to bring it from the subconscious into the conscious mind of what does that look like for us collective, okay? I trust that I'm communicating this message in a way that you guys can understand what I'm saying. I really think it's time for us to start to visualize, start to write down, start to script out, you know what I mean? What a perfect life, what a perfect routine, what a perfect day would be like for us. You know what I mean? And I feel like what will start to happen, collective, is that everything that's not in alignment with our souls being set on fire and us being jubilant and jolly, everything that's not in alignment with that energy will start to show itself and will start to fall off or just disappear or dissipate. You will stop putting so much energy or emphasis on that part of your life. It's really time for us to start preparing for what it is that we want. And so, after we, get in alignment with that perfect life for us, right? If we had it our way, what would life look like and feel like and be like for us, right? After we align ourselves with that, whether, like I said, maybe some of you guys are artists, and so you may create a beautiful picture that represents that perfect life, that perfect career, that perfect relationship, that perfect routine or whatever, right? Some of you guys, like me, I'll be envisioning this in my mind's eye and then writing it out, scripting it out as if I'm living this on a day-to-day basis, right? Whatever spiritual manifestation practice you want to do to align yourself with a perfect life, do that, collective, over, these last few days. Like I said, I'm getting this strong energy the last few days of January going into maybe that first full week of February, right? It's like a powerful time for some reason, man. You know what I mean? And we are in the season of Aquarius. So we know that Aquariuses are visionaries. So use this potent energy, this visionary energy, to envision what a perfect life or a perfect relationship or whatever that is for you, whatever that's missing from your life. Call that forth by aligning with it over the next couple of weeks, collective. Start preparing for that. Because if you're not preparing for what it is that you want, what it is that you would rather have, nothing will be prepared for you. Give the universe some direction here. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And then how we can prepare, right? Not only do we need to get in alignment with that frequency, right? But start checking into the law of assumption. Collective, the law of assumption. I know most of you have heard of the law of attraction, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the law of assumption. And so start to practice the law of assumption. After you have aligned with this perfect life of yours, right? Or this perfect relationship, or this perfect career, or, this perfect environment, or the perfect community, or whatever it is, right? That you feel like you're missing at this moment. How can you, how do I want to say this? How can you be in that energy now, right? What can you do to place yourself in that energy? You know what I mean? Like, how can you assume that energy right now and start to do more of that, right? Like for me, I may say once a week, I'm going to assume this perfect life for myself once a week. You know what I mean? Let's say you want to move across the country. Okay, let's say you want to move to Thailand or something like that, right? Well, maybe once a week, you want to go try a different Thai restaurant. Okay, you're assuming that energy, like as if you're already there when you're sitting down at that Thai restaurant. Make sure that you're putting yourself in the space of, wow, I'm eating at one of the most delicious Thai restaurants in Thailand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really assume that energy. Like, I'm in Thailand. This is some good Thai food, right? Once a week, you may want to look at Google Images or check out different YouTube videos or people that's already in Thailand. Place yourself in that video, right? These are just examples of how you can assume and work with the law of assumption. This is how you can start preparing the law of assumption. Let's say, you want a new home. Right? Let's say you want a new home. You want a gorgeous home, right? Well, then maybe setting up viewings to go and see beautiful homes that are for sale. You know what I mean? And like placing yourself in that energy. You know what I mean? Maybe that mean, getting you a realtor. What steps can you take to where you can assume that reality, even now, is the best way for us to start preparing, collective? If it's a new car, right? If you're like, man, if I had a good car, my life would be so much better. You know what I mean? Well, then go and start test driving cars, darling. You know what I mean? Like, assume the energy while you're driving that car. Oh my God, this is my car. Like, look at me. I'm fly. You know what I mean? I love this car. It rides smooth. I look good. I feel good. You know what I mean? Thank you, God, for blessing me with this car that I can afford. Like, this is nothing for me. Like, thank you. This was such a blessing. I'm going to say it one more time. If we're not preparing for something, then nothing will be prepared for us, collective. And so this is the assignment that was given to me after meditation. I feel like there's a lot of potent energy around this preparation type of a work, us getting in alignment with what it is that we really, really want. It's like we may think we really, really want this, but really when we start to sit with ourselves, something else is going to develop where, I really, really want this. This is really the most important thing for me. So getting in alignment with what that is and then preparing for it. A major manifestation technique, powerful, is the law of assumption. Yeah, man, y'all have fun, collective. I know I'm going to start tonight. Okay, tonight. And have grace with yourself, collective. It's not a race. You don't have to get all of this done in one day. You know what I'm saying? Have grace with yourself. The main thing is that you have to really align with what it is that you want. And that may take some days. And then after you align with what it is that you want, start coming up with some creative ideas of how you can assume that energy right where you are. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Okay. I trust whoever needed to hear this message received this message. And until next time, y'all. Bye.